In the ancient riverside village of Ndalu, the nights were once filled with music. Drums echoed beside the river after sunset, while elders sang near glowing fires and children danced barefoot beneath the stars. The wind carried laughter across the water, and the entire village felt alive whenever darkness arrived. But everything changed during the season of heavy mist. It began with a strange sound drifting through the village late one night. A bird was singing somewhere beyond the reeds near the riverbank. Its voice sounded beautiful at first, soft and haunting, like a distant flute carried gently by the wind. Villagers stepped outside their huts, listening carefully beneath the moonlight, while mist rolled slowly across the water. Nobody had ever heard a creature sing with such strange sorrow before. Some believed it was only a rare bird traveling through the marshlands. Others felt fear the moment they heard its melody. By morning, one of the fishermen woke up unable to speak. No matter how hard he tried, not a single word left his mouth. Fear spread quickly through Ndalu as worried villagers gathered around him inside his hut. The elders believed it was sickness at first, but the following night, the mysterious bird returned once again. Its haunting song drifted through the darkness beside the river, while the mist thickened across the reeds. And by sunrise, two more villagers had lost their voices completely. Panic slowly began swallowing the village. Every night after that, the strange singing returned from somewhere beyond the riverbank. And every morning, another villager woke up trapped in terrible silence. Soon, the joyful nights of Ndalu disappeared completely. No songs remained beside the fires. No stories echoed through the village after dark. Mothers kept their children hidden indoors, while frightened elders whispered prayers beside dying lanterns. Some villagers covered their ears with cloth after sunset, hoping to block out the creature's haunting melody. Others stopped sleeping altogether, terrified the bird's song might steal their voices before dawn arrived. Fear settled over Ndalu like a shadow that refused to leave. Yet among all the frightened villagers, there was one boy who listened more carefully than the others. His name was Kina. Kina was 16 years old and completely blind. But though his eyes could not see the world around him, his hearing was sharper than anyone in the village. Every evening, he sat beside the river with a carved wooden drum resting across his lap, listening quietly to the hidden sounds carried inside the wind, the flowing water, and the whispering reeds. While others feared the mysterious singing drifting through the mist, Kana noticed something strange hidden beneath the melody. Beneath the haunting music, he could hear weak human whispers trapped inside the creature's song. One cold night, while thick fog drifted heavily across the riverbanks, Kana sat alone outside his hut, listening carefully as the bird began singing once again somewhere beyond the reeds. The melody floated softly through the darkness, beautiful and terrifying at the same time. But hidden deep within the song, Kana heard voices crying softly in pain. Fear tightened inside Kana's chest as he realized the horrifying truth. The bird was not simply taking people's voices away. It was carrying them inside its song. The next morning, before sunrise fully reached the village, Kana grabbed his carved walking stick and hurried carefully through the silent pathways, searching for Mama Zuri, the oldest woman in Ndalu. Mama Zuri lived near the edge of the village, inside a small hut decorated with dried herbs, hanging charms, and old river symbols carved into the wooden walls. Her face darkened with fear the moment Kana explained the whispers hidden inside the bird's melody. For several moments, she remained silent, before finally speaking in a trembling voice. Long ago, she explained, the elders told stories about a spirit board that lived beyond the river reeds inside the mist. The creature served an ancient spirit sleeping beneath the water. To keep the spirit alive, the board gathered human voices and carried them through the night skies like offerings. Centuries earlier, the villagers once calmed the river spirit by gathering beside the water to sing songs and play drums beneath the moonlight. But over many generations, the tradition slowly disappeared, and people forgot the ancient balance between the village and the spirit world hidden beneath the river. Now the spirit bird had returned to feed once more. Kena asked if the stolen voices could still be saved. Mama Zuri nodded slowly, though fear remained heavy in her eyes. She warned him that anyone who followed the bird into the mist risked losing more than their voice. Some never returned at all. But Kena knew he could not remain silent while his village slowly lost itself to fear and darkness. That evening, as the sun disappeared behind the reeds and thick mist rolled once again across the riverbanks, Kena tied his carved wooden drum across his shoulder and walked alone toward the water. Frightened villagers watched silently from their hut windows as the blind boy disappeared into the fog beneath the moonlight. The night air felt unnaturally cold as Kena stepped carefully through the tall reeds beside the river. The haunting melody of the spirit board echoed somewhere ahead of him, inside the darkness. Though fear pounded heavily inside his chest, he continued moving deeper into the mist while following the whispers hidden inside the song. Suddenly the singing stopped. Silence swallowed the riverbank completely. Kena froze where he stood. Then slowly, enormous wings unfolded somewhere above him. A powerful wind rushed violently through the reeds as the spirit board descended from the darkness. Even without sight, Kena could feel the creature's terrifying presence towering before him. Massive feathers rustled softly in the cold air, while dozens of stolen human whispers echoed from inside its enormous body. The river behind them churned violently beneath the moonlight, as though something ancient was moving beneath the water below. Kena's hands trembled around his drumsticks, but he remembered the forgotten stories Mama Zuri had shared with him. Long ago, music calmed the spirit beneath the river. Slowly and carefully, Kena lifted his drum and began to play. Soft, rhythmic drum beats echoed gently across the riverbanks beneath the moonlight. At first, the spirit board remained motionless. Its enormous wings spread wide through the drifting mist, while stolen whispers circled around the creature like restless spirits. Kena continued drumming, pouring every emotion inside his heart into the rhythm. Fear, sorrow, loneliness, hope, memory. The music rose slowly through the cold night air, while the river winds gradually began calming around them. The spirit bird's terrifying cries softened into something almost mournful, as though the creature itself carried centuries of sadness within its giant wings. Then suddenly, faint glowing lights began rising from the bird's feathers into the night sky. One after another, the stolen voices escaped from the creature's body like drifting stars returning home. Kena continued playing, while tears rolled down his face. The river beneath them glowed with pale blue light as an enormous shadow slowly moved beneath the water before disappearing into the darkness below. The ancient spirits sleeping beneath the river had finally been calmed. As dawn slowly approached the horizon, the spirit bird lowered its massive wings, while silver feathers drifted softly through the mist around Kena. Though he could not see the creature before him, he no longer felt fear inside his heart, only sadness. The bird had never sung to spread cruelty. It had simply obeyed an ancient hunger tied to forgotten traditions buried beneath the river for generations. Slowly, the great spirit bird spread its enormous wings once more and rose silently into the brightening sky before disappearing beyond the distant clouds forever. By sunrise, voices had returned across Ndalu. Children laughed beside the river once again, while elders spoke with relief beneath the warm morning light. Songs slowly returned to the village fires at night, and the terrible silence that once haunted the village finally disappeared into memory. But the people of Ndalu never forgot what happened during the season of heavy mist. From that day forward, every year, beneath the first full moon of the rainy season, the villagers gathered beside the river to sing songs and play drums beneath the stars, not out of fear, but to honor the ancient balance between the living world and the spirits hidden beyond the mist. And sometimes, late at night, when the river winds grew quiet and the moon reflected softly across the water, Cana would sit alone beside the reeds with his carved wooden drum resting across his lap, listening carefully to the distant sky above, wondering if somewhere beyond the clouds, the great spirit bird was still flying silently through the darkness.